right, now to the growing crisis in Cuba, as the U.S. recently announced a new round of economic sanctions. And Whit, you were there on the ground in Havana just a few days ago, and you actually had this really revealing interview with Cuba's foreign minister.
That's right, Gio, and there's so much on the line here. Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez told me there has been no progress in recent talks with the U.S. He did agree to answer some of my questions in English, and this is how he responded when I asked what, if any, changes or government reforms Cuba would be willing to make.
You mentioned some issues, prisoners, human rights,
free and fair elections.
Free and fair elections. I dispute this allegation. I recommend you to see concrete evidence.
What do you dispute about free and fair elections?
Well,
it's one socialist communist party, essentially one family, that has mostly ruled Cuba for nearly 7 decades.
I'll come back to this issue, but I was saying that Cuba is a country with our own history, with our peculiarities, and we are a free and independent nation. But Cuba is a democracy, is a different democracy. Well, you mentioned
Cuba is not a different democracy. When people go to the polls, it is often one candidate, one party. There is not choice. What do you worry would happen if there were free and fair elections in Cuba, if the people truly got to choose?
Well, you are presenting a prejudice.
Oh, he never did answer that question. I also pressed the foreign minister about releasing political prisoners, something U.S. officials insist needs to be part of any deal. The foreign minister told me, quote, "There are no political prisoners in Cuba." I reminded him that is widely disputed by human rights organizations who estimate there are likely hundreds being held behind bars. This conversation, guys, made it really clear to me that the two sides, the U.S. and Cuba, still remain so far apart on many of the key issues.
So far apart. And what I've got to say, as a Cuban American whose family lost everything to communist Cuba, this was a really striking interview to see him responding in that way. And we know the human rights groups have long said that dissenting voices are often silenced. They are imprisoned. You spoke with everyday Cubans.
Yeah, I talked to them, Gio, and I know that we've had this conversation before with your family heritage. And I got to say, being in Cuba, I was so moved by the resilience and the ingenuity of the people there. I mean, imagine what it's like when a carton of eggs costs more than what you make in a month, your salary, or a gallon of gas is $40 and the gas stations are closed because nobody can afford it. And so there's this like black market that is growing where people fill up their tanks at a discount. Where does that gasoline even come from? So there are all these complicated layers to the economy. So much of it doesn't make any sense. And people have been living with this for years and years. Now, there are different opinions about what should happen next, but there is a growing sense of desperation. And so many people we spoke with do want change.
And it's so important for Americans to see what the people of Cuba, what they're dealing with.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Whit. The police have made a breakthrough in the case of the death of a female U.S. citizen. The woman, identified as Melissa Samnath, was left at the Cornwall Regional Hospital unconscious and in a wheelchair by her alleged attacker in April. Now, following a post-mortem a few days ago, the police are now searching for her Jamaican husband. We have the details in this report.
Melissa Samnath in happier times. The 37-year-old American national came to Jamaica in April to celebrate her birthday. Little did her family in the U.S. know she would not return. On her birthday, April 29, she was found in a wheelchair at the Cornwall Regional Hospital, unconscious. There were also visible marks of violence on her body. By the time medical personnel got to her, she was pronounced dead. According to reports, she was taken there by her Jamaican husband, who police have identified as Dane Watson. He fled after taking her inside the medical facility. The couple, it's understood, met in September 2024 and reportedly got married in December 2025. Sources described their relationship as tumultuous. Before Samnath was killed, she'd been staying at an Airbnb in St. James. Her sister believes she was taken to Watson's home by force.
He kidnapped her from her Airbnb and then took her to his house. But yeah, and that's where they also found her belongings, her suitcase, her purse, her iPad, and her duffel bag. So they recovered all that stuff from his house that he was staying at.
Okay.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And he also stole her cell phone. So they weren't able to recover the cell phone, but he turned it off. So I don't know at this point. We were unable to locate it, of course, but they weren't. Yeah, and her laptop he took as well.
She further revealed that on the night her sister was killed, she received a disturbing text.
She texted me back around 10:46 and told me to call the cops and to call one of our friends. And she told me to look at the location on the iPhone because we share locations, and it's a pink house. So I told her okay. So when I checked the location, she was not at the location where her Airbnb was. She was taken somewhere else, which was Norwood.
And if that wasn't frightening enough, the suspect's mother, who runs a popular restaurant in the parish, reportedly told the family this.
His mother had called and told me that she heard from Dean and that he told her that my sister is either in the hospital or a morgue. That's what he told his mother. So his mother was the one that was calling, and she was communicating information, because when I couldn't get in touch with my sister, she was the next person that I called.
The family are also raising questions about the marriage.
It's not confirmed. I don't know that my sister was married to him or not.
A post-mortem conducted on Samnath's body revealed she died as a result of multiple blunt force trauma to the head. The family was present to identify the body. Now that process is over, the body will be flown back to the U.S. They're offering a reward for Watson's capture.
He needs to do the right thing because she didn't deserve that. And now that we lost her, he needs to get caught, and just whatever price that comes with, it comes with that, because we can't just have him out there, and he did a horrible act of violence to take an innocent life that you should not have taken, because you're not God and you don't decide that.
The police are also urging Watson to turn himself in. Sources say this is not his first run-in with the law. Anyone with information on his whereabouts can call the Freeport Police at 876-653-6191, Crime Stop at 311, Police Emergency at 119, or the nearest police station.
It's Liat's first inaugural flight here to Guadeloupe. It just arrived in Pointe-à-Pitre. It's approximately 20 minutes from the VC Bird International Airport here in Antigua. And as you could have seen earlier behind us, they were cutting the ribbon here, and that's the authorities here in Guadeloupe as well as Liat.
We've just landed at the Maurice Condé International Airport.
Flight 461 took off from the VC Bird International Airport at around 8 a.m. on Friday. In 20 minutes, it had landed at Guadeloupe's International Airport in Pointe-à-Pitre, celebrated by a water cannon salute and excited local authorities. A direct flight had not been available from Antigua to Guadeloupe since March 2020, and authorities said it took months to prepare for the first commercial flight, which brought 18 passengers back to Antigua.
It was a good piece of work, to be honest. A good piece of work because we see all the commercial positives, but there are also all the operational constraints.
But Liat didn't let those constraints stop them from introducing this twice-weekly seasonal route on Fridays and Sundays.
We have to look at the data. We do have to look at what we see, and we work with that. We've had to prove to the airlines that this is a valid connection. This air route is a valid connection. We know we've been pushing. We've had on the Guadeloupe side, they've been pushing as well.
While the route presents a direct flight from Antigua to Guadeloupe, it also means travelers can access Europe more easily through Air France. Visitors to Guadeloupe can also enjoy easier connection to the United States, the United Kingdom, and the rest of the Western Hemisphere.
Given the history between Antigua and Guadeloupe, And being that airline that has been able to provide the reconnection or the reconnectivity, we're super excited, and we already see the interest. We already see the uptake in numbers.
It's approximately 10:30 in the morning, and we're leaving the Maurice Condé International Airport here in Pointe-à-Pitre, Guadeloupe, and that brings an end to the inaugural flight of Liat 20 until the next one, apparently. And until then, I'm Alicia George.
I am Dr. Michael Wonder, lead clinical psychologist at Wonder Counseling.
I feel like you're not the woman I thought you were. Can't you understand that? The way I covered you. The way I believed in you.
Can you talk to him, please? Nothing I'm doing is working.
You must be grateful to him. Who? Dr. Wonder? He's the one that should be grateful.
You know what? No, I can't do this. Before, I really listened to my patients, and now I can barely hear what they're saying.
Have I not always been kind towards you? Furthermore, some of us sinners are more decent and caring than you Christians.
We need fervent prayer right now.
Fix me.
Actually, we need olive oil.
What you all planning to do? Fry some fish or something?
I'm Adam. Pleasure to meet you.
Yasmin.
Let's have a caffeinated toast to Chloe Wonder on the opening of a rebranded cafe.
So let's take her down.
She's already struggling.
Good. And we want her to suffer more.
Get out of my coffee shop.
Now, what you been up to?
You mean since getting out of prison?
I can make you afraid, Dr. Wonder. Very afraid. Just watch.
Coming to Caribbean Cinemas St. Kitts, May 30th and 31st at 7 p.m. Welcome to Channel Links, your most reliable shipping agent. Shopping online sometimes can be challenging, especially when trying to get the best deals from China. But with Channel Links, they make it easy and simple for you, the shopper. With agents working with them for over 20 years, Channel Links offers the best in supplier screening to ensure background checks are done on online merchants, so you know you're shopping with genuine sellers. They handle freight forwarding. No cargo is too big or small for their shipping services, shipping from their warehouses in China directly to your final destination. And get this, they offer door-to-door and port-to-port services as well. So, whether you are ordering from AliExpress, Alibaba, and other Asian shopping sites to cash in on affordable prices at the best quality, shipping from China to the Caribbean, your best and only option is Channel Links, located in St. Martin, with shipments also to St. Kitts and Nevis. For more information, call or WhatsApp 1721-554-4802, 1721-526-4766, 1721-581-6968, or 1721-580-4834, or email contact_us at channel-lynx.com. Channel Links, your shipping solution.
You ready? You ready? Let's go!
Cheers to the city. 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 Cheers to the city.
A
Addressing the issue, Tourism Minister Honorable Ernest Hilaire acknowledged that the island remains heavily dependent on external carriers, making it vulnerable to global aviation trends. He noted that developments such as the closure of low-cost carrier Spirit Airlines have raised questions about the future of affordable travel. Despite these uncertainties, he emphasized that fluctuations in airlifts are not new and that St. Lucia has historically navigated such challenges.
We are price takers, and we negotiate and we try to encourage the airlines to fly. So we always worried about the loss of airlift, but there's sometimes you don't worry about the things you cannot control or influence. In your calculations, in your analysis, you state them as taken. You take what exists. You anticipate what may be, but then you still have to always be ready to take it for what it is.
The minister maintains that the focus must remain on what can be controlled, including strengthening partnerships and maintaining St. Lucia's appeal as a destination, even amid evolving global travel dynamics.
If you get too consumed worrying about the things you cannot influence or change, you won't really make progress. And we've seen all the flights coming in from the United States literally booked. All flights coming in, because this is the season for it. There's jazz, and then it takes a lull, and we go into Carnival when it will peak again. So yes, we always consider, we're always looking at what's happening, and we just have to continue to work to get as many airlines as possible coming to St. Lucia.
On the global stage, ongoing tensions linked to the Iran conflict have contributed to rising fuel costs and operational uncertainties within the aviation sector, forcing some airlines to adjust routes and reduce capacity. This has had a ripple effect on international travel, with smaller destinations maybe feeling the impact more acutely. Chelsea Austine, NBC Prime.
Now, the integrity of the voting process here in the Bahamas is generally considered stable, but like many democracies, it faces periodic concerns and scrutiny, especially around election periods. Here's a clear breakdown of how the system works and where the strengths and concerns lie. Lloyd Allen takes a look.
Well, good evening, Makushla, and good evening, Bahamas. Now, from a legal and constitutional perspective, elections here in the Bahamas are governed by the Constitution and laws such as the Parliamentary Elections Act. The Parliamentary Registration Department is the body responsible for maintaining the voter register, issuing voters' cards, and managing polling stations. Despite the introduction of a biometric card, the Bahamas still uses a manual voting process. That means ballots are cast and counted by hand. Party agents observe the count, and the results are recorded and verified on site. This transparency allows multiple stakeholders to witness the process directly. There is also the presence of party agents and observers. Political parties place representatives at polling stations to monitor the process, ensuring fairness and to challenge irregularities. Now, if needed, the courts in the Bahamas can hear election petitions, order recounts, and address constitutional breaches. The country has strong legal foundations and transparency mechanisms. And further, if there are any errors on the voter register, the system provides for a verification backup on the counterfoil. If your name is misspelled or slightly incorrect, you are still identified as a correct voter. Now, once you're allowed to vote, the counterfoil ensures your ballot is officially recorded as issued to allow for a paper trail, even if the register had a minor issue. Also, the use of indelible ink is a small detail that plays a big role in protecting election integrity in the Bahamas. The main purpose is to prevent double voting. Once a voter's finger is marked, that voter cannot go to another polling station and vote without being detected. Protecting the ballot boxes is a critical part of the election integrity here in the Bahamas, and because the system is largely manual and security relies on strict procedures, there are physical safeguards and constant oversight by police. So then, can elections be stolen? Former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingram, continues to argue otherwise.
That's not yourself over where they could thief an election from you. You can't thief an election in the Bahamas.
We got too many guardrails, we got too many rules and whatnot, too many experienced people for that to happen.
Meantime, former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, argues, saying that the country's electoral system is as good as it could be. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson has issued a similar assurance. That was last month.
There's no reason to be reluctant or be over concerned about the register. There are so many protocols in place. We have the registration team that they have to go through several checks before they send it up to the computer team. They go through certain checks before things are on the register. And it's a back and forth thing. If anything is identified, it is dealt with as quickly as possible.
Now, still, the Parliamentary Commissioner pressed on PRD staffers to be honest and upright on May 12th. Reporting from studio for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen. Makush.
Big tonight. The Eastern Caribbean Citizenship by Investment Regulatory Authority, which will be established this year, is to be headquartered in Grenada. The authority has been established by 5 Eastern Caribbean nations to harmonize CBA regulations, improve due diligence, and ensure compliance across the region. Speaking at the Caribbean Investment Summit in St. Lucia on Thursday, Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell discussed moves to establish the regulatory office.
The regulatory authority is being established. The $6 million budget has been agreed. The necessary legislative instruments are in place. The recruiting of staff has commenced. Finding a building to locate and renovate and set up is taking place.
Prime Minister Mitchell said the setting up of the regulatory offices is a significant step.
We are happy and honored and privileged that our colleagues have agreed for Grenada to be the host of the Eastern Caribbean Citizenship by Investment Regulatory Authority. This is not a symbolic act, it is a substantive one, and a responsibility we take seriously on behalf of all of the countries that operate investment migration programs. And obviously, hosting the regulatory authority is an indication of our collective commitment to making sure that the developmental tool that investment migration is conducted in a manner that reinforces our commitment to regional standards, regional transparency, and ensuring that we continue to modernize, we continue to ascribe for and hold ourselves to international best practices. And that is why I think all of us have been unhesitating and are committed to the timetable in moving forward to ensure that our industry is regulated.
Earlier this week, during a press conference in Roseau, Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Scarrett also spoke about the importance of establishing the commission.
We have, as a collective, that is to say the countries in the OECS, who have such programs. We have joined forces and we entered into a memorandum of agreement, and we have gone to our parliaments and passed legislation to give effect to an independent regulatory authority. We have approved the budget of that entity. They're now putting systems in place to recruit staff, to appoint the board and to recruit staff. And so that is going to move forward. We're looking at a July commencement date for that Independent Regulatory Commission. In Dominica's case, and I dare say in all of the other jurisdictions, we are reinforcing our due diligence processes, etc., etc. So we'll continue to do what we have to do to adapt our program to the current realities that it's facing.
Speaking at the Caribbean Invest Summit on Thursday, St. Lucia's Deputy Prime Minister Ernest Hilaire said that while the establishment of the regulatory authority is an important and critical step, he hopes it could eventually evolve into a broader role in the migration investment industry.
I would have preferred to see a commission as a sub-entity of the OECS that will be a regulator, but more than a regulator. It would be an entity that does research on CBIs, that tracks the impact of CBIs on our national development process, that will engage in deep thinking about the future of CBIs and how our program should evolve and be structured to ensure maximum impact. I believe we needed an entity, but one which was broader than what we ended up with.
Over 300 delegates are meeting at the Investment Summit in St. Lucia this week for high-level discussions on the future of investment migration and global capital mobility. Hilaire said the summit comes at a key time for the industry, with new regulations, shift in markets, and increased scrutiny molding the operation of citizenship by investment programs across the region. The summit, in its sixth year, is organized by the firm Open Interactive, whose CEO is Kittian Stasio Williams. On Thursday, 3 prime ministers, including the St. Kitts and Nevis leader Dr. Terence Drew, St. Lucia's Philip J. Pear, and Grenada's Mitchell, shared a panel discussion on the state of the migration investment industry in the region.
I am Dr. Michael Wonder, lead clinical psychologist at Wonder Counseling.
I feel like you're not the woman I thought you were. Can't you understand that? The way I covered you. The way I believed in you.
Can you talk to him, please? Nothing I'm doing is working.
You must be grateful to him. Who? Dr. Wonder? He's the one that should be grateful.
You know what? No, I can't do this. Before, I really listened to my patients, and now I can barely hear what they're saying.
Have I not always been kind towards you? Furthermore, some of us sinners are more decent and caring than you Christians.
We need fervent prayer right now. Fix me. Actually, we need olive oil.
What you all planning to do? Fry some fish or something?
I'm Adam. Pleasure to meet you.
Yasmin.
Let's have a caffeinated toast to Chloe Wonder on the opening of a rebranded cafe.
So let's take her down.
She's already struggling.
Good. And we want her to suffer more.
Get out of my coffee shop.
Now, what you been up to?
You mean since getting out of prison?
I can make you afraid, Dr. Wonder. Very afraid. Just watch.
Coming to Caribbean Cinemas St. Kitts, May 30th and 31st at 7 p.m. Welcome to Channel Links, your most reliable shipping agent. Shopping online sometimes can be challenging, especially when trying to get the best deals from China. But with Channel Links, they make it easy and simple for you, the shopper. With agents working with them for over 20 years, Channel Links offers the best in supplier screening to ensure background checks are done on online merchants, so you know you're shopping with genuine sellers. They handle freight forwarding. No cargo is too big or small for their shipping services, shipping from their warehouses in China directly to your final destination. And get this, they offer door-to-door and port-to-port services as well. So, whether you are ordering from AliExpress, Alibaba, and other Asian shopping sites to cash in on affordable prices at the best quality, shipping from China to the Caribbean, your best and only option is Channel Links, located in St. Martin, with shipments also to St. Kitts and Nevis. For more information, call or WhatsApp 1721-554-4802, 1721-526-4766, 1721-581-6968, or 1721-580-4834, or email contact_us at channel-lynx.com. Channel Links, your shipping solution.
You ready? You ready? Let's go! Cheers to the city. Cheers to the city. Cheers to the city. Cheers to the city. City. Cheers to the city.
At Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design, we're thrilled to be your go-to print shop located in the heart of Bastille. From essential services like printing, copying, and laminating, to a diverse array of school supplies, arts and craft materials, and office essentials, we've got you covered. Don't fret, Digital Print Plus and Crafted by Design are here to stay and ready to be your trusted partners for all your printing and craft supply needs. Ready for a visit? Find us at the corner between Dillio and Princess Street. Just look for the vibrant pink and yellow building with white doors. We can't wait to welcome you to our creative haven.
The Trevor Carmichael Wall Garden Theatre at the Barbados Museum and Historical Society came alive with culture, film and regional collaboration as the European Union hosted its annual European Film Night. The event formed part of celebrations marking 50 years of partnership between the European Union and the Caribbean. Education and Community Outreach Officer at the museum, Kay Hall, spoke of the need and the value that the museum places on partnership.
The museum, as a socially conscious entity operating under a community of curatorial practice, must recognize the efforts of all entities who partner with us and who become a part of the support network which seeks to lift the developing nations of CARICOM and indeed the wider Caribbean into circumstances of reduced climate vulnerability and increased food security and sustainable living. It is fitting, too, that this event happens a few scant days in advance of the International Museums Day and the 80th anniversary of the International Council of Museums in just a few weeks.
EU Ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean states, Fiona Ramsey, explained that the feature film reflected the deep cultural and social connections shared between Europe and the Caribbean.
We're screening a film that's both European and Caribbean. It's a film from Guadeloupe. Called Zion, and we also have, as part of that film night, a selection of Caribbean food products that the European Union has supported over the last couple of years to develop and bring to market, as well as an exhibition that marks the 50 years of partnership between the European Union and Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean states, which is centered around photos from Copernicus, which is the European Union's satellite and Earth observation program.
Alongside the film screening, agro-processors from 5 Caribbean countries showcased food and beverage products developed under the PCC 30 program. That program is managed by the International Trade Center. The Vincentian delegation showcased CMOS. We spoke to Renita Oliver.
We showcasing the innovation, value-added products and products of CMOS, whether they're infused or CMOS based. And all of these are done by women throughout the Grenadines, St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Shadel Naik Compton and her team represented Belmont Estates from Grenada. Compton explained more about their product and services.
We are primarily an organic farm. We grow cocoa, nutmegs, a host of other spices, fruits and vegetables. And our company has been around since the 1600s.
The European Film Night has been hosted annually for the past 4 years, and organizers say they hope the initiative will continue strengthening cultural and economic ties between Europe and the Caribbean. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Several new faces will be among government lawmakers in Parliament's upper house, the Senate, with the first sitting set for later this month. The new senators sworn in on Friday represent the ABLP's overall push to create more platforms for youth and women in leadership. Shaquan O'Neill, at 22 years old, is now the youngest person to serve as a senator in this country. Youth issues, he says, will be of primary importance.
Youth unemployment will always be a big thing, and the social issues that evolve around that. What I want to do most especially is to allow them to evolve. In the absence of employment, as you know, regionally and internationally, the youth unemployment will always be a big thing. I want to be able to provide a platform and to also advocate for them to get the necessary training and equip themselves with the necessary knowledge so that when opportunities come such as employment and also elevation, that they are well knowledgeable and equipped to take on the world.
Deputy Sports Commissioner Joel Rain intends to champion the cause of sports development.
Sports, also health. I will talk about the well-being of individuals with mental illnesses and stuff. Those are some of the areas also that I want to focus on. Also the aspect of even tourism and foreign affairs.
Senator Abina St. Louis, daughter of Sir John E. St. Louis, has also received the Prime Minister's nod of approval. Major areas she hopes to receive greater platforms are youth issues and women's empowerment.
I'm a member of CWIL, Caribbean Women in Leadership, so naturally I want to see more women occupying spaces of leadership. So I will be pushing my fellow sisters here in Antigua and Barbuda to, reach for the heights and have a voice at the table.
Communications specialist, now Senator Angelica O'Donoghue, intends to keep the public more informed on the work of Parliament and how its laws impact society.
I know oftentimes information is kind of lost in translation. Some things may be a bit too unable to be palatable, unable to be easily digestible. So my main goal is to ensure that the Antigua and Barbuda public fully understands and appreciate the laws that we make and the laws that we amend, so they can understand and be a part of the development of Antigua and Barbuda.
Representing Barbuda will be former Barbuda Council member and the ABLP's candidate for the Sister Isle in the April 30 general elections, Senator Kendra Beezer. Barbuda's continued development, he explains, is top priority.
Ensuring that Barbudans are given the freedom of legal as well as customary land ownership to their property in Barbuda, road infrastructural development, housing, and people-based development where education and services are concerned.
Rakib Aparisi reporting for ABS News.
What some may view as a frivolous activity is Jamaica being displayed to millions of viewers around the world in real time. It's why so many officials were in attendance, including the Minister of Culture and Entertainment. IShowSpeed's Caribbean tour makes an exciting stop in Jamaica. Romarda Lyons tells us more.
When traditional media focus on matters not considered to be hard news, they are hit with the monotonous. Slow news day? Well, today, it's rather speedy. Millions of tourists visit Jamaica weekly, but there's something quite spectacular about one with over 100 million followers across YouTube and Instagram, live streaming his tour across the corporate area. Now, anyone on social media following his tour across other Caribbean islands would know that the race for the best KFC in the region was hot.
What you put in this?
All the best, all the love and spice and everything in it.
Love and spice.
All the love.
This got flavor.
Well, just like on the track, Jamaica finished in the #1 spot.
Huh?
The
only one? Damn! Hey! Whoa! Whoa! My dad rated this the best KFC. Oh my God. That's good.
Complete fanfare from children to adults. His stream began with a tour of Emancipation Park with beauty queen and TV host Yendi Phillips, a rich display of Jamaican arts
I got it, Chad!
And culture. There were cameos from reggae and dancehall acts like Jesse Royal and Valiant. Then biking through New Kingston with a massive security detail. Another element to the Jamaican experience, fashion. A new shoe, but the currency isn't the Jamaican dollar, it's promotion.
Yeah, how much you want for these? How much?
It's good.
Hey, Ames.
On us, bro.
Pay for these sneakers real quick.
On us, bro.
Huh?
It's on you. Just give them the shout out. Shout out, bro.
Shout them on.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing?
Signature style, bro.
Hey, man, shout out to Signature Styles for.
Another culturally significant stop at Haile Selassie High School, where he was welcomed by dancehall giant Sean Paul. Back on the road, Hair Cream couldn't stop her need for speed. Some would say it's a dog-eat-dog world, but it's moments like these that bring laughter. Then hand in hand with the skillful trade of craft, his first brush with a strict Jamaican mother.
Bro,
bro, the blade's right there.
And this is almost a rite of passage for any visitor who steps foot in Jamaica.
I'm trying to get my Jamaican accent cool.
Bottom roll.
Bottom roll.
And top roll.
Top roll. Now, chat, now we're going to the bottom of the roll.
Yeah.
I see. Come on, chat. It's Emmy.
All roads led to downtown Kingston. In his eyes,
now this feels like a whole different side of Jamaica. What the hell? Looks like New Orleans.
and if he didn't feel welcomed before, a reminder. Pandemonium, superstar traffic blocking proportions.
Jamaica!
Those familiar with Speed know he's a major fan of football legend Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, football fans collide.
You are? Yeah! Oh, really? Oh my God! You're a Ronaldo fan! Oh, he's a Ronaldo fan! He's a Ronaldo fan! You're a Ronaldo fan! That's great, man!
And Dante, you couldn't be there, but we hope you see this.
Dante!
Yeah, my son is a subscriber to you. I love you.
Exactly, Dante!
Them never get to come to me.
Shut up, Dante!
Next up, Tasty in Crossroads, and Jamaican cuisine wins again. We've all heard this one before. Speed at the National Stadium. He was greeted by Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Babsy-Grange and later participated in a 4x100 meter relay with high school track students. Outside the stadium, dancehall legend Beanie Man.
I'm drinking rum and Red Bull. I'm drinking Red Bull.
Next up, Bob Marley Museum.
Wait, you Bob Marley's granddaughter?
Yeah.
Oh.
So give me a personal tour.
Okay.
His journey continued, but we leave it here for today. Romarda Lyons, TVJ News.
MFCR Old Road United Jets and Development Bank St. Peter's FC are through to the finals of the 2025-2026 National Bank Group SKNFA Premier League after both teams secured crucial victories in Final Four playoff action on Saturday, May 9th at the National Bank Group Technical Centre. St. Peter's delivered a commanding 4-0 win over 100 Newtown United in the opening game of Saturday's doubleheader. Knowing they needed at least a 2-goal victory to keep their hopes alive, along with an all-road win over Azul Cairn Rockets in the later match, St. Peter's rose to the challenge in emphatic fashion. Here are the highlights.
This time it's in the back of the net off the head of Kareem Simmons. Newtown careless with their defending, giving up too many corners. Well, here comes Davis, could put this one away, he does! 2-0 in the 76th minute of play. Introduced to do just that. 2-0. Brilliant from Davis. Davis leaving one for Nurse. Can this be a third? Yes! 3-0. Taekwondo will bury Newtown here in the second half. The upcoming fixture, because St. Peter's are getting goals. And it could come down to a goal difference situation. Dionys get on to the end of it. Yes, it does. It's crept in for a fourth.
After the match, a technical director of the St. Peter's teams, Austin Deco Huggins, said the squad went into halftime locked at 0-0, fully aware they needed both the goals and the victory, and credited the players for delivering in the second half.
Well, it was a very good first half, I must say. But I don't think the team was playing to the standard that we expected them to play, based on the objectives we had at hand. We needed to win the game, and I don't think we had that kind of drive towards getting a victory. So we went in first half 0-0, and then we made some tactical adjustments immediately to start the second half, and then we introduced some other players into the scheme of things, and I think we were able to change the mentality and went more attacking, and we therefore get 4 goals.
In the much anticipated second encounter between MSCR Old Road United Jets and Azul Cairn Rockets, a draw would have been enough for Cairn to advance to the finals. However, Old Road had other plans, storming to a 3-0 lead in a devastating 19-minute spell thanks to a first-half hat-trick from the league's leading scorer, Tikwani Williams.
Eddie looking for help. Cuts on the inside, looking to play that one over for Tikwani. Tikwani looking to get away. Tikwani puts it into the back of the net. Tikwani getting the first chance. Burst of speed, getting away. Look at it here. Tikwani getting away. One touch and just puts it away from Zakis and puts it into the back of the net. And not able to put it, but it's Tikwani. Plays in Isaac looking to go through. And it's cleared, but Tikwani gets it and puts it into the back of the net. Yeah, getting the double.
Ocean, when it's your time, it's your time. Tikwani Williams, right place, right time.
Over for Tikwani. Tikwani breaks away and looking to just chip that one over and puts it into the back of the net. Lovely finish there by Tikwani. Right here in the 32nd minute of play.
Listen, Ocean, he just let that ball drop on his foot and just cushioned it over Zakis.
The whistle goes. Mervyn, he slots away that one very easily. They gave up all the space. Hendrickson, 2. And it's a goal there for Keon Rajanik. 3 more minutes to play. 3 more minutes to play.
Ocean, the ball came across. Rajanik want to control and want to bang it, and it was nestled in the back of the net.
Despite a late fight back from Keon, the damage had already been done and Old Road held on for the victory. Following the match, Old Road's coach Alexis Morris praised his players for their determination, fight and resilience throughout the contest.
And so tonight, yes, the first half we ended at 3-0. You might have said that we took our feet off the pedal, but it really wasn't about that. It was more about game management. And so I thought that we managed the game well. It's unfortunate that we gave up the goal that we gave up, but in football, the 2 goals that we gave up, but unfortunately that is how the cookies crumble. And we are grateful nonetheless. We were able to hold out, and I recall at one time a question was asked about my second unit. Tonight we proved it. You saw a lot of different guys tonight. Not the normal team that you see. You saw the last interview you asked me as well if I'm going to rest some players. Well, it was answered tonight. So there was it. There was a clarion call. And again, MFCR unstoppable. You just have to move into the next game.
Assistant coach of Azul Cairn Rockets, Anthony Nets Isaac, admitted his team struggled under the relentless pressure from Old Road and found it difficult to contain Tikwani Williams.
As I said, it's going to take one, not 2, but I'm telling you, the ready guy is on farm right now. Yeah, I think he's going to take at least 3. You got to work extra hard to keep him away. Because 3 goals this game, 3 goals the game before. I mean, he just on point. He's scoring every game so far.
The results mean that Azul Cairn Rockets and Hunter Newtown United have been eliminated from the playoffs, leaving MSCR Old Road United Jets and Development Bank St. Peters FC set for the championship finals. For Tikwani Williams, the performance further cemented his outstanding postseason campaign. The striker now stands as the leading scorer in both the regular season and the playoffs, having recorded back-to-back hat-tricks in the last 2 playoff matches and scoring 7 goals in total across 3 postseason games. A remarkable achievement.